You new to Sparking Zero? Want to learn how to beat up your friends? Stay tuned. Alright, so I've been seeing a lot of videos of people making guides about this game and combo guides, and there are some people making some pretty good stuff, but there are also some people putting out some pretty garbage combos. So I'm going to show you what my go-to combo is, but I do recommend only doing this when you're behind the opponent, because when you do the dash in, which I'm going to show you here in a few moments, when you do that dash in, it is very risky. They can block that dash in and you are going to get hit if you do it. So I'm going to show some combos that are good to do when you're in front of your opponent and when you're behind your opponent. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so as far as from behind the opponent, I'm just going to go with the basics. Now, letting you guys know now, I am on the classic controls. So if you are on the standard controls, you're going to have to translate yourself. But let's get into it. So the main thing is doing the first dash in, right? So you do all the squares and then you press X to dash in, right? So that's going to look like this. Then the next thing we're going to do is some characters, their dash in is going to have, if you press triangle, is going to have this heavy punch. Some of them also may have a wave attack, which I'll show you here. In which case that's not going to work for this combo. So first you need to verify if the character that you're playing does have this dash in with the heavy punch. If they don't, I'll show you an alternate route after this. But let's say you have a character that does have the heavy punch in your dash in combo. So if it turns out that they do, you're going to do the following. All right, so I understand that is a lot right there. However, I'm going to explain it step by step. So you have the initial dash in and the heavy punch. Then you have the down triangle after you do your first three punches. So there you go. And then you do the up kick on their way down. And if you don't want to hold it down, you can also just do those two rather quickly. It's usually just one or two punches to get those out. All right, so let's say you don't have that dash in punch. Well, you don't necessarily need it. It is nice to have because it does more damage. But here is the route you would do. All right, so that's 11k right there on from behind. Another route you could do is the dash in and press circle. You could also do the vanish combos with this, and if you're unfamiliar, the vanish combos are literally after a smash attack, you press triangle and a directional with your left analog stick. So moving forward, we're going to do that exact same combo, and then we're going to do the rushes and finishing off with that circle that ends with sending them flying off. You can follow this up with an ult and a super or rush attack. All right, so now that we've got that part down, the next bit is finishing this off in sparking. Sparking is going to have a different route because you're going to be hitting them with the rush attack that you're doing when you're in this mode. So but you do have more vanishes. All right, now for the front side combo. So normally I do this. Now, the issue with this combo is if they know it, then they're going to block with that final knockdown, which is like that. So what you could do is just this. Which, you know, for a front-facing combo, that is 10k, but be wary as they will most likely either do a revenge counter if they have blast stock, or they can perfect Z counter you, which is the up and square counter. Alright, so now that we've got those basics down, we're going to switch over to movement. So when you're close to your opponent, you have your dashes that you can go either left to right, back, and forward. Now, with this, when you're doing these dashes, you can press circle, which will dodge an attack. This is really important in competitive play if you're about that, or if you just want to beat the shit out of your friends. You do you. The other thing is getting close to your opponent. Now, this is going to waste a lot of ki, and you're also going to risk getting hit. So we can do the dash in like this, which is just X and then hold square. And as you can see, that goes pretty far. You can also combo off of this with the vanish combos. Alright, so now that we've got the basics on that, there is one thing I do see a lot of people not doing, which, you know, if your opponent doesn't know about it, then it's going to help you. But if you press L2 and X twice, you're going to dash right into your opponent, and this is going to be from behind. Now, with this, you also have the option to hit square, which is going to start that combo that we were talking about. Or you could press triangle, and that sent them flying up. Another good bit to know is when you're doing these Russian attacks, you could also press triangle in the middle of it while you're dashing and start a whole new combo. Now, another thing that's really awesome in Sparking Zero with movement, this is only for specific characters. To my knowledge, this is only like god tier characters. So when you're in Sparking and you're dashing, you can do something like this, which is all I'm doing there is I'm holding dash and I'm also pressing circle. And you can get combos off of this as well. This is really important to know, as when you're in Sparking, if you're just going to dash straight in, you're going to dash in front of them and they're going to counter you, or they're going to Z counter you. And this is going to put you in a bad state and you're going to waste your Sparking. So what we can do is scare the absolute shit out of them and rock their world. But yeah, that is everything I've learned thus far. If you guys have anything else or any other combos that you're aware of that are better optimized than what I've shown you here, be sure to either post a link to the video down below or just comment it yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one.